That was before they did away with that position.
Sure. And you.
I go, we don't need to order those this year.
Miriam, can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Okay, we'll get going here in just a second.
Then stash gone.
That's where the Parks Department, the little ones sit there. I'll reload you.
My blue pen's gone.
That's a
Yep.
brand new one. I just bought it. All right, it is 5:30. We'll call this April 21st Board of Works meeting order. If you please rise and join me for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, thank you. Clerk Treasurer Price, could you please call roll? Here.
Present.
Present.
Very good. Thank you. Next item of business is the meeting minutes for April 7th. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
I'll second it.
All right, any discussion, corrections, subtractions,
Yeah,
changes to Julie, you want to mention for the record?
Yes, correction on the minutes for the attest for the signing. I just forgot to change it from Amanda, our bookkeeper, because she did it the month before. So that's the only thing that needs to be changed. It just needs to have my name on the attest part of it.
All right, is there a motion to approve the minutes with the changes that Clerk Treasurer Price mentioned of Amanda Souders being in presence on April 7th in lieu of Julie Price? Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
A second.
Second.
Or is there any further discussion or changes with the meeting minutes for April 7th? Okay, hearing none, all in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Very good. Next item of business is the claims for April 21st, totaling $567,936.96. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second on the floor. Any discussion for the claims submitted for this evening's meeting?
I have none.
All right, here none, all in favor of approving the claims totaling $567,936.96, signify by stating aye. And I'm an aye, motion carries. All right, next item of business is the community crossings, 2025 community crossings matching grant bids. We have Dave Buck from Butler Fairman and Street Superintendent Lyons here. Dave, you want to kick it off or give a brief overview of the, assuming you have a bid sheet for, I was going to ask you that today. I forgot to email you, but
Market Street project and the crack ceiling. Microsurface pavement preservation, we called it. From the Market Street.
Thanks.
Well, no, I didn't change the name.
Market, no, this one should be.
That should say pavement preservation there, I'm sorry. If we want to scratch out market on this one, pavement preservation. Can we do a project description?
if you would, just a brief one.
Sure, the first project is on Market Street. It's for Market Street from Adams Street end all the way up to Columbia. Is that correct? And then one block remaining of Adams Street that hasn't been done yet is the part of this project as well. So it pretty much full pavement replacement, some storm sewer improvements and collecting storm sewer where there aren't any curbs now. We'll put in inlets and piping and new curbs and replace the sidewalks that don't comply with ADA or that are broken up. We'll be doing some regrading in some of the parking area down by some of the senior living apartments on, is that the west end then? And then resurfacing, milling and resurfacing of Adams Street and doing a little bit of concrete work on Adams Street, but not near as much as on Market. And the other project's a pavement preservation project. It involves a mix of types of treatments from just crack sealing to microsurfacing to a combination of crack sealing and then microsurfacing on some of the same streets. But there's probably about 30 segments of streets in that project, so it's going to touch a lot of the town. City streets that have been done over the recent years, which is the recurring thing that we want to do is the pavement cracks, get it sealed up and preserves the life of the pavement for a lot longer. It's a small step. It's can be expensive, but usually it's a lot less expensive than the reconstruction project like we're doing on Market Street. So 5-6 years down the road, we'll probably be back on the crack seal Market Street so big. So
And for the Market Street project, for the description of Adams Street, it's gonna be from Washington to Market, that little section right there.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Yeah, we had to break that up, the way they have it structured on NDOT's format, you had to break it up into two different
Yeah.
sections, so, yeah.
every block is a node.
Yeah.
Different on our database.
And thankfully, with the help of Dave on the microsurfacing, you had to do every single section for that. So thankfully we had some help. Otherwise, I'd probably still be trying to submit it because it was pretty tedious, but yeah, but anyway, yeah, so essentially it's the same work that we did on the last couple CCMDs and
Similar.
Yep. so.
And let's bids. Can we do the opening?
Either you or Aaron, whichever one wants the honors. How'd you get through security with that?
There's nobody downstairs to risk them.
So if it's all right, I'll start with Market Street. First bid on the top of the pile is from Reith Riley Construction Company. For myself.
Yeah, you're not covered under workman's comp in city buildings. So.
How bad? Can't hear me? Okay, there are two numbers I'm going, well, I'll read the total because there's several bid sheets in here because of CCMG items and water items, because we're going to do some water service and replace a hydrant. So we just set up the bid sheet to where those are separate from the beginning. So when we turn everything into NDOT, it's cleaner for everybody just to see what numbers they care about.
Sure.
So the total base bid for everything, including all four bid sheets in here, is $1,379,943.40. That's 1379943.40.
And that's for Reith and Riley, correct? Okay.
Next bid is from Midwest paving.
Okay. Can you hear okay, Miriam?
Yes, I can.
Thank you.
Total base bid for Midwest is $1,600,769.69. That's 1,600,769.69.
Everybody good? Okay.
And the third and final bid for. Assume this is, we got Market Street plan, is from Milestone Contractors. For Milestone Construction Group.
Atlas didn't put a bid on.
That's my fear that Atlas turned in bid. Right. They were a registered plant holder, but did not apparently submit bid.
Okay.
Milestone's total base bid is for $1,742,484 and no cents. 1,742,484.00. Those are.
Sorry, Dave, could you repeat, rethrow those again, please?
1-379-943-40. Yep.
And that's all the bids received, and so we'd like to request the board take these under advisement, and we will review all the bid items, tabulation. And it's a little complicated because we'll want to make sure there's not any errors or discrepancies or anything else missing from the bid packets. And then be back at your next meeting with the recommendation of what to do.
Okay. Now on to the pavement preservation.
The only bid received for the pavement preservation project is from Pavement Solutions, Inc. And for the record, there are 32 projects on this, 33 street segments on this project, I should say.
But that is the only pavement solutions is the only bidder. Okay.
And their total base bid for all 32 street segments is $321,004.85. 321,004.85. And then the same thing for this one, we would like to request to take these under advisement.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Any questions from the board? Nope. All right, don't go too far, Dave. We're gonna need you here again in a second. All right, next item of business is gonna be the proposed task order for the Indiana Packers water tower analysis. Just a brief overview from me before Dave, I'll let you speak a little bit deeper into it afterwards. It's just there's a water tower at Indiana Packers. It's owned by the city. It is had several inspections. The last inspection, it was to the point where there's some items that's needing addressed, and it's kind of to the point where we've shoved it off to the point where, is it IDEM?
Yeah.
IDEM is you know, they're getting kind of antsy to where we either do it or they're gonna start penalizing us, or yeah, so it's still functional, still works, it's still operation, but it just needs
Some TLC.
some TLC. Yeah, so Butler Fairman did a task order to perform the analysis that you have in your packet, and I believe there's a part of on the bottom. Dave, you and I spoke about one section that's kind of long term, but we went ahead and added it in there because a lot of this is going to be over a time span, right? So the one part we didn't really need immediately, right? Was that the ordinance?
Yeah, there's, I didn't bring a copy of it, apologize.
Yeah, we got it.
There's maybe 4 items on it. Yeah, so really the thing that needs to happen is the inspection and then the project administration to get us going. The inspection will help tell us what's changed since the last inspection, what needs to be focused in on. And then other discussions can happen to where we would come back for authorization to do the water resources design, the work, and put the specifications together, and then bid it and do construction. Until we know the order of magnitude of construction and how that funding is going to happen, we really just need to get the assessment done to know what the order of magnitude of the cost for construction is going to be, and then go from there with a game plan to take the next steps forward to do whatever design is necessary. And then obviously the construction is the big number.
Yeah.
That could sway a 6-digit number pretty easy.
Yeah.
So,
Which you can see in the task order in 2020 it was
Thank you.
Yeah.
estimated at 650,000. So obviously that's going to increase, but
Quite a bit.
we won't know until they dive into it, and we'll have some conversations with Packers and kind of streamline the process of what we need to do and discuss things at budget time. So that you?
No, it's
No? Okay. Any questions or discussion? First, let's get a motion on the floor is there a motion to approve the task order presented by Butler Fairman for the IPC water tower analysis?
So moved.
Second.
All right, now, is there any discussion, further questions for Dave?
You talked to Craig all about this, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's been a part of it for-
Just be authorized notice to proceed on just those first two items, the inspection and the project administration. So we don't go any farther. We would roll anyway, but just for the record, that's all you're authorized.
So the administration and the initial engineering inspection? yeah.
First two.
Okay. Any further questions, discussion? All right, have a motion and a second. Do we want to modify
Yeah,
the?
just because I
Yeah,
read the
so-
notes, so I'll make the modification for the administration and for the other part that you wanted. The
Inspection,
inspection.
yeah,
To go ahead with that.
all right. I have a motion and a second. All in favor of approving the IPC water tower inspection and administration only at this time, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I am an aye, motion carries. Very good, thank you. Today, we had a excavation permit submitted for NIPSCO. You should have a copy of it.
Yes.
Yep, so this was a last minute change to the agenda, and with some things that they're working through, we want to make sure that we don't hold this project up, so first, let's get a bid on the floor, or a motion. Is there a motion to approve the excavation permit for NIPSCO for 407 South Heritage Drive?
So moved.
Second it.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion, any questions? Julia sent this to the department heads, Aaron and Craig both replied, no issues. I'm assuming Dick did not see the email, but I'm sure as always, they'll go out and get locates. And any discussion on the 407 South Heritage Drive excavation permit for NIPSCO?
I have none.
Okay. All in favor of approving the excavation permit for 407 South Heritage Drive, signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye, motion carries. All right, very good. That is all we had for business items this evening. A couple of quick announcements. For May, Mayor Sims and I will be doing another proclamation it's going to be at the Sportsman. What's that building called? It's not actually in the Sportsman Restaurant in Monticello. It's a little auxiliary. Your event center. Yeah, so May is designated as Mental Health Awareness Month. So we'll be doing same proclamation we did last year here in Delphi, but we alter every year to a different county. So we're now going to be in White County. So
That's in Still Carroll.
what's that?
Yeah.
That is technically still Carroll, isn't it? Yeah,
Still Carroll.
yeah. Well, closer
closer to
to
Monticello.
Mayor Sims, so you don't have to drive so far. Yeah. Thank you to everyone who attended the State of the City Friday. It was a good dinner. Thank to the canal and the Stonehouse for providing a great lunch. It was a good event. It was nice to hear all the items that's happening throughout the county and
A lot of progress going on.
a lot
with
of
it.
progress, a lot of unknowns, right? With the Senate Bill 1, but it was a good discussions and another successful event by the chamber. So, all right, any board comments?
Just the Easter egg hunt seemed to go
Yes,
pretty well.
yes.
From Delphi Main Street, my kiddo loved every bit of it
Yep.
and loved the candy and stuff that he decided to just.
Did he eat it all that night?
He sure did.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure did.
Those
So-
are coral.
Yeah,
Yes.
the great photos of
Which is
that.
the hottest photo on Facebook right now is Julia's squirrel snagging a couple eggs, and
Were there two?
That was one squirrel.
he started taking them up the tree. Yeah. And apparently he's been hoarding stuff. He's going across the street and he's got him a little stash, and who knows, you might find socks in there and everything else, but
All About Squirrels is a Facebook group that has 600 some thousand followers, and it's been shared 400 times, and I don't know.
Oh, wow.
It's gone a little viral.
yeah,
So-
yeah.
so-
Before long, Julia's gonna be writing a book and be on cover of Time magazine and yeah. So no, but I agree with Spencer. Another great event, other than Mother Nature didn't want to cooperate, and
Oh, still a lot of kids there.
yeah, a lot of kids and a lot of work goes into putting those together. I did get a call from the Easter Bunny that morning, said, look, it's wet and I'm not gonna be able to make it. So for the kids, we apologize, but he said he'd be here next year. So, Miriam, do you have anything?
I do not.
Okay, Clerk Treasurer Price? No. Public comments? Julia? Aaron? Do you want me to mention well, yeah, we have the Little League Parade this weekend. Yeah, so the fire department's doing a traditional sausage pancake breakfast. And the parade will start promptly at 10:30, correct? Something like that. I think it's 10 or 10:30. So it's the same time it has in years past, but we're gonna, was it 10?
Yeah.
Yep. So hopefully weather works with us so we can get a nice day for a parade for the kids and get them off to playing some ball. So, all right. There's no public comments. There's just one last motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. All in favor signify by stating aye.
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion carries. Board of Works is adjourned at 5:49. Thank you, Miriam.
Thank you. We'll see you later.
Okay, have a good evening.
Bye.
Okay, so there.